Carol and I have been doing a ton of work today, organizing the wood that's in our shed that we need to get into totes so we can put the fresh wood that we're splitting into the shed, fill up the remainder of the 24 or so totes that we have, 27. And a thought came to my mind that there are a lot of folks out there in YouTube land and Rumble land that present a perfect image of what it takes to do anything. You know, everything's clean and organized. Everyone has perfect clothes on with no tears, no rips. They're freshly shaven. Everything is perfect. And that's a consumable item. But here at the homestead, it's a little bit different. We have time frames that we have to stick with. And those time frames are basically around getting our heating wood in for the season, getting that done. We don't have a huge amount of time to powder up. We don't have a huge amount of time to set everything up perfectly to get done what needs to be done in a very sanitized fashion. And we just want to show what it takes for us to do that in a non-sanitized version, because anything else is not reality. It may be called reality, but it certainly is not. So when you see Carol and I, filling these totes with wood, with rounds that we've cut, and piles of, wood on the ground, that's in a non-organized fashion. It's just tossed there because we sourced that for free. We got it instantly. We needed to get it gone, and there it sits. Are all of these logs perfectly, level? Are they safe? Are they maintained in a way that is sanitized? No, they are not. We have material such as this that is, just off of the ground because it needs to be off of the ground. Is it 100% safe? No. Are there going to be people that say, well, if you're not going to do it safe, don't do it at all? There's a catch to that. You'll see that I'm using a chainsaw. Do I have chaps on? No. Do I have hearing protection? Yes. Do I have a face shield? No. Do I have a hard hat? No. Do I have all of those things that in a sanitized video of the proper way to do everything, you would see? But you don't see that. You see reality. We need the chainsaw for 8 minutes, so we take 8 minutes and use the chainsaw. We don't take 8 minutes for the chainsaw, 15 minutes to prepare by dressing properly, by going in the house and grabbing the materials that we need, coming out, getting the oil, getting the chain grease, getting the 2-cycle oil, having everything in front of us laid out perfectly. We just don't do that. We do what we do when we need to do it. And if it takes us 8 minutes to get the chainsaw out to cut 16 branches, we're going to do that. Are we going to put our chaps on? No. Are we going to put our helmet on? No. We're just not going to do that. We don't have time to do that. We just want to show reality. This is reality. We have a functional disaster, which is.
We still have all our hands and fingers.
Wait, Carol says something.
Even though we don't use the safety equipment, we still have all our hands and fingers. Well, most of them.
Today. Tomorrow may be a different story. But we do have a lot of stuff going on at one time. And the goal here, for us anyway, right now, is to get this filled with split wood. We haven't started the splitter up yet. It's July 4th, 5th exactly. Is it the 4th today?
Yep.
Okay, so it is July 4th. We haven't started up the wood splitter yet, but we've cut all of this free wood, or a lot of this free wood, into manageable pieces that allows us to get done what we need to do. This is not clean wood. There's a hole in the middle. Now there might be a 1-foot hole on the other end, but you know what? That was a free piece of wood that we got all for cutting it and carrying it here. The same with this. Look at the size of this. That's almost 4 feet in diameter. What was that? Yeah, the tornado helped. But what I'm saying is that is a 4-foot piece of wood. I'm going to get a heck of a lot of wood from there, firewood. And I don't care if it's all nicey-nicey. It doesn't have to be sanitized for me. It just has to burn and create BTUs in our fireplace. Look at the size of some of this stuff. This is not clean. There's dirt in this tree. And that's okay. I don't care. It's free. Everything we have here is free. All of our wood this year is free. So we're extremely lucky to be able to do this at a time when oil prices are outrageous.
And probably firewood prices will be outrageous.
Well, the cost to bring the logs here, if we were to order logs, is probably increased by 25 to 30%, the cost of the log load, minimal. I was paying $650 for a single truckload. Now, I don't know how many logs that was when we got it. I don't know how much firewood it made, other than it made enough to get us through the year, and we had some left. Every year that we ordered logs at $650 a truckload. Some, yes, a couple of years we got 2 truckloads. But last year, all the wood we burned was free. Do you know that, Carol?
Yeah, I know.
All of it was free. So not only did we save $650 on the delivery cost then, but whatever increase there was, so let's say it went up $200, $850. We burned more wood last year than we burned the year previous and the year previous to that. And we were able to use 1 fill of our oil tanks, and that's $2,000. That's awesome to heat for the entire year. So without that, we would have probably filled those tanks 3 to 4 times. So 2,000 times 4 is $8,000. Granted, there's some issues with the house where we need to insulate, we need to seal, we need to do all that stuff. But what is the priority? Is the priority to spend $15,000 to $20,000 to insulate and weatherproof the house, or to spend $0 to prep for wood? 0 is a different number. It's not quite 0. We have to pay for the tractor at $600 a month. We have to pay for the diesel fuel, which is expensive, but not expensive when you consider the amount of work that tractor does for us. If you consider that it mows, that it moves dirt for our barn that we're going to build, that we can clean up the beachfront from the wood that drifts in every single year, that we can prep firewood like this and move the totes around, that we can use a tote system that we could never use before. All of those, yes, all of those things provide a positive result for the entire property, not just for heating. So if that $600 were split 6 different ways for every month that we used it, it's $100 to prep for wood per month. That's $100 to do excavation projects. It's $100 to keep the area cleaned. It's $100 a month to mow. So all of those things together, it takes care of a lot of maintenance issues for us. So it's a positive thing. But we're not sanitized. And we're not saying we don't want to be safe, because we do want to be safe. And we try our best to make sure that everything we do is safe, but we're not going to go out of our way simply for the sake of the camera to make it appear as though we're safe.
Donald! I found the big guy.
What big guy?
He was in there. He just crawled underneath.
Who?
The snake. He's like that.
Oh, really?
I don't know what kind it is. Had a funny looking tail. We have rattlers in upstate?
But be careful. When that whole thing shifts, they'll come out and go through.
Do we have rattlers in upstate?
Yeah, well, I don't know about there might be.
I'm not talking copperheads, I'm talking rattlers. Because his tail looked weird.
I can personally guarantee that every single one of those are 16 inches plus or minus a quarter of an inch. And that's a lie. We don't have time to measure every piece of wood we cut. We just don't have time. I don't want to waste the spray paint. I don't want to create some tool. I can get pretty close to 16 inches. I might be 18, I might be 20, I might be 12. There's a variable there. Everyone's gonna hit that. But generally I got the wood that fits in the fireplace. That's all I want. I don't need to go crazy. I don't need to be perfect. Make them hear me. That's a lot of weight. And I'm down in a hole, so it wants to pull me into the hole. The extent of the weight that you can pick up and move with in a firewood. Any more than